So Troy and Vanessa, thank you so much for coming today and joining us to talk about this really important topic, can't, not, won't. How does the idea of can't, not, won't work in your family?
With Tori, I needed to identify if he was being defiant, if he was avoiding a task, um, what the reason was. And the first thing I needed to do was meet Tori where he was, have a conversation with him, ask him what his challenge was, um, and ask him what are the steps that he's taking toward the task. Um, Sometimes he would, if it was a can't, he would get uh, tense up. Um, I would have to pay attention to his body language. I would have to take into account if he was getting emotional. Where was that emotion coming from? Was it coming from a place of frustration or frustration because he didn't have the tools to do the task? Um, or um, was there a reason or something that was missing in his instruction?
I look at Kant as he didn't have the um, preemptive training that he would need to get a task done. So um, stacking instruction, giving him multiple tasks to do, and thinking that from A to B. What I need you to take the all the trash cans, empty all the trash cans, get the take that all outside, and take the big trash can out front. All right. Um, certain circumstances, you would think that was pretty easy to do, but because he may get distracted from task one and task two, um, uh, I had to revisit and consistently redirect him to stay on task.
Yes, he's our kid. He wants to do it. He doesn't object to taking out the trash, but he's not utilizing the tools that we give him. So I know I find myself sometimes having to change tools. Can you make a reminder on your phone? Can you have something pop up? And of course, he's 18 now and he doesn't want to be reminded by us. And we don't want to remind him, can you remember? It's not that he won't do it. He can't remember that he needs to set up these reminders. And even if he set them up, are they effective? Have they been effective? Well, this week it was. Next week it may not be.
Did you find that shifting your thinking from won't to can't actually increased his ability to do things and his ability to be compliant?
I'm a stringent mom. I like things orderly. I like do what I say, and do it the way I said it. And if I have to ask you 3 times, the third time there's going to be a problem. I had to learn through you all that my thinking that he is being non-compliant or not doing what his mother told him had to change, because I found out that my way of mothering him was not nurturing him or opening him up to be the child who wanted to do what I asked him to do. My way just wasn't working. And when I learned, and I had to be taught this, because I wasn't raised that way. I had to be taught to get down on my child's level and to put my thoughts, the thought of, you're a mother, but you're being a bully. So when I learned to cooperate with him and to tone it down like 80%, okay, 90. We had a back and forth conversation. We were able to, and it wasn't immediate, we were able to discuss how he could better work with me and we could work together. And that wasn't easy for me as a parent because I wasn't brought up like that. And I found myself having to teach myself that I am not my parents. You know, I don't have to be that mother to my child. And when that started happening, I saw him wanting to please little bits at a time. And I really found out that he couldn't do what I asked him to do. For instance, he could not follow multi-step instructions. But it wasn't until I toned my rhetoric down that I was able to see my child struggling. So,
what advice do you have for parents of children who are stuck or overwhelmed?
You must have patience and be tolerable.
No one way is right. No one way is wrong. What may work for one child may not work for your child. It is a journey. And what helped me the most, learning to reward your child for the smallest achievement. I didn't have that tool. I didn't want to have that tool. However, it turned out to be the most valuable tool in my toolbox.
We're real proponents of that. And, you know, you reach them where you can reach them, and try to find out what that motivating factor is, you know, so they can be successful. That's what I think.
That's amazing. I mean, you know, what you're talking about, it sounds to me, is exactly the essence. You have to catch them being good on the small things, because the small things add up.
Yeah.